you have saved up for your first home, but what if I told you that's not the whole story? There are hidden costs most of the first-time buyers don't see it coming. In this video, we will break down every dollar that you need to plan apart from the purchase price for your home. So stick around till the end because the last one is the highest fees in the home buying process. Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Parth Soni, a realtor based in Ontario. I help investors and families like you to make their real estate decisions better. If you need any help in terms of real estate, you can book a one-on-one call with me, first link in the description. Today we are talking about something crucial, that is the hidden cost when you are buying your first home in Canada. If you don't know about it, it can throw your entire budget. From taxes to legal fees, we will dive into everything that you need to know about your first home so you don't come up with any surprise. First one, we have land transfer tax. This is something that is charged by government when ownership transfer from one owner to another owner. In Ontario, the amount you pay is depend on the purchase price of your house. So here is a quick calculation of a house you purchase in Kitchener for $650,000. As a first-time home buyer, you will definitely get a $4,000 rebate, and the land transfer tax comes to $5,475. Now for the same thing, if you are someone who's buying the same house in Toronto, you will end up paying $5,000 more, that is $10,475. Now that's an additional $5,000 just by the change of city you might not know about it. Make sure you know about this, check with your realtor and run all the numbers. This is something we do with all of our clients before starting the process so they are aware about what their land transfer tax will. Again, if you want to check this out, you can simply go on realtor.ca or just Google land transfer tax and you will get a data accurate. The second thing that comes to this is legal fees, and those are unavoidable. And this is something that you pay to your lawyer. A real estate lawyer ensures the closing process is smooth, reviews the purchase agreement, and handles title transfer and disbursement. Typically, legal fees can range anywhere between $1,000 to $2,000, so factor that in your budget from the beginning. And my recommendation is to always ask your lawyer for the breakdown of all the fees that they are charged. When you pay this legal fees, there are a bunch of other fees that are also included in this one, such as disbursement, software fees, and much more. Sometimes I have seen lawyers charging for the status certificate review as well. If you are someone who's looking for a condo, make sure you know about this beforehand if your lawyer is charging to review the status certificate or not. And if you're someone who's looking to get into freehold property, you don't need to worry about it. And if you're unsure what is status certificate, I have made a detailed guide over here if you're someone who's looking to get into a condo. So check that out. It will give you an entire process how to buy a condo in Canada. The third one on the list is title insurance. Now, this is not mandatory in Canada, but all of my clients do get. Title insurance protects you from issue like fraud, error in a public record, or existing lien on your property. It's a one-time cost, usually ranging between $400 to $500. Your lawyer will definitely help you out with this one, but if you have more questions, feel free to reach out to me or comment below so I can help you. The fourth one on the list is the home inspection fees. Now, home inspection is your chance to discover the hidden things that is inside your house. Typically, home inspection consists of checking out attic, roof, your structure, electrical, plumbing, and HVAC units. Now, this could cost you anywhere between $400 to $600 depending on the type of property and the inspector you want to go. Now, to be honest, depending on the market, sometimes you will not able to put this condition in your contract. When I bought my house, same thing happened. We were not able to put a home inspection condition because the market was very different at that time. Anyhow, later on, after closing our house, we got our home inspection done because this could save you thousands of dollars. I had a client who discovered roughly about $10,000 of worth of repair during the home inspection, and that $500 saved them fortune. So if you're someone who's able to put that condition, do so depending on the market because that's a very crucial condition and account for $500 to $600 for that. The next on the list is the survey fees. Now, a property survey outlines the boundary and any legal rights attached to the property. It's often required by the lender and it could cost anywhere between $600 to $1,000 depending on the property you want to go. And I have seen surveys up to $6,000. So it truly depends on the size of the property you have. Sometimes if you have a property, you are buying a 1 acre lot, then it might be go up to $6,000 to $10,000 depending on the size. And all of the municipalities or cities do have some sort of a website where you can check this out. And over here, you can see a quick website from a city of Kitchener where you can get a survey for about $12.50. So when you are buying a property, make sure you have a survey. If not, it's not that critical because most of the time lender will not ask you for that or they already have a survey from the city. But if you can get it from the seller, do ask for it. The next on the list is the appraisal fees. Now, appraisal is used by the lender or the bank to determine the value of that property. This typically costs anywhere between $300 to $500, but if you are working with a reputable bank and a mortgage agent, they will be able to incorporate this with. And this is something your realtor can also help you out with this one. When I ask my client to put an offer on a property to come up with a price, then we don't just throw out some numbers out there. I explain them that why I come with this particular number in detail, so they are very much confident and there are no issue for appraisal. And one more thing to keep in mind, if you're putting more than 20% down payment, most likely appraisal will happen. If you're putting less than 20% down payment, appraisal might be required or might not be required, depending on the kind of property. So far, it's thousands of dollars, and we have not considered the major ticket item in this one. And if you're someone who's wondering if it makes sense for you to buy a house or rent it out, check this video over here, which will give you a clear idea to rent or buy. And I will also link this one in description. Let's go to adjustment. Now, these are the payment made to the seller if a seller has already paid for some sort of a thing like property tax, condo fees, or any other things that is attached to the property. Let me give you a real life example. For instance, you are buying a property in October and the seller has already paid the property tax till December. Then you owe them for 2 months of property. And this will come up in your final trust ledger. So your lawyer will able to guide you with this. And this is something your lawyer will provide you before closing. So you will know what to expect in terms of adjustments. The last one we have is a mortgage default insurance. That is the highest one on the list. Now, if you are someone who's putting less than 20% down payment, this is a mandatory insurance that you will require. It's often called as CMHC insurance. Now, this is something you don't have to come up with out of your pocket. This is something that is added to your mortgage, but it could significantly increase your cost. Now, you can see over here, if you are buying a property for $650,000 with a minimum down payment that is 6.15%, the CMHC insurance cost would be roughly about $24,400. That's roughly about $25,000 that is added to your mortgage. And the more down payment you do, the less insurance you have to get. As I mentioned, if you're going for 20% or higher, you don't have to get a CMHC insurance. So the 24,000 that is added to your mortgage, that will not be added if you're going for more than 20% down. So those are all the hidden costs of buying a house in Canada. And all of this could easily add up to thousands of dollars if you're not aware about it. Now, if you're a first-time home buyer and want to navigate a process like a pro, then subscribe to my channel, because over here I share insights like this. And if you're ready to take the next step, feel free to reach out to me. I would love to help you. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you next time.